All right, gang. It's your boy Kev J here, and this is the first video on my new channel. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I recorded this video about 2-3 times, and for some reason, I just couldn't find exactly the right way to say what I was trying to get out. To kind of give y'all clarity, this channel is gonna be used as like a call to action for the culture. Now, when I say call to action, I don't mean like, people that say like, oh, artists are, they're meant to be role models, or, they're meant to like, do better for the kids that, look up to them. Because as an artist, I don't believe that's an artist's job. I believe that their job is to create art that is polarizing, that makes you feel something, rather that be good or bad. And, that's the whole meaning of art, is to just express and let people take from it what they take from it. So I don't believe that an artist's job is to raise your children. When I say call to action, I mean calling to action to artists that mean a lot to the culture and have either, disappeared, their contributions haven't been felt in a long time, and we need them. This is being recorded on July 4th of 2023, and I would have to say 2023 has been a lackluster year for music, for hip-hop, and it sucks that it has to be that way, but I know it's not something that's going to continue. I know it seems, it seems like very alarming to a lot of people, but probably like, really feel for the culture, to make it feel like, the hip-hop is dying, but I don't feel that way. Now, this video in particular, I want to use to call out A$AP Rocky. Pretty FLACKO Jody II. Man, to say that I'm a fan of A$AP Rocky is an understatement. I remember being in high school and watching the Purple Swag video, watching the Peso video, and finding out about this kid, man, that was, he sounded like he was from the South, but he was repping New York the hardest. Not just him, his whole crew, the A$AP mob. And, in 2023, his presence in the culture is not felt, in my opinion. We have the people he's introduced to the world, such as Playboy Cardi, such as Thought Twat. I know he's involved with what is his name? Doja Cat. Where's my phone? Dang it. Oh, he's involved with, I messed with that song too. Why is that? It's blanking on me. He has another song called Excuse Me. Doja Cat. Snot. I don't know why that escaped me so hard. Yeah, Snot. He's been involved with a lot of these kids that, that were around for the AUG rap camp, man. And, I just watched the interview, and the guy talking about I think it was Icy Twat talking about the rap camp of AUG and how Rocky, man, he just gives back into artists the same way that Yams did. RP Yams, Yams is infamous for helping up and coming artists, making sure that they felt seen, they felt welcome, and knowing that what they were doing was innovative and it was different. But as an artist, Rocky's been absent. The last offering that we got from him is Testing, and that's 2018. Prior to that was At Long Last A$AP, which was 2015. It's a 3 years difference. And then prior to that was his first album, which was Long Live A$AP. That's, and it just feels like as time progressed, we're seeing more, less and less of them, because it's now 2023. The last album was 2018. It's 5 years now, and we still don't even know when we're getting the album. We got a title, Don't Be Dumb, but before that, we thought it was All Smiles. We thought we were getting a Rocky Montana album. We thought we were getting a Wingsap album, and it's like, man, myself, I'm digging for leaks. I finally found the full version of Grimm. I finally found a couple of unfinished songs like Girl, and I forget the other song is with Tyler as well. It's something about like them being in the strip club or something like that. But you're digging for all these leaks, at least for Cardi, like his leaks are at least, we can find them easily. Like they're scattered across YouTube, but you will give us something like Sights, and Sights is amazing. but it was only on the gram. You know, I got it on YouTube. You know, you're able to find it on YouTube now. But out of all the songs, man, it's like we are just trying to grasp on what we can. And not only have you brought music to the forefront, you brought fashion to the forefront. And I can see why you're absent, because, you know, fashion has really, you know, taken kind of like, I would say, precedence in your life. You know, it seems like more than music. And, you know, behind the scenes, it seems like you're doing a lot with music, but we don't see you on the forefront. The last time you came out on stage before testing, you said you were the best contemporary artist out. But you're not proving that. You know, we have to hold on to all these features and stuff like that, but we want to hear from you, man. Like, drop a tape, drop something. I know you got 2 kids on the way with Rihanna. Never trying to, like, you know, put that out of the way. But even before the kids came in the picture, we still weren't hearing from you. You know, we got DMB. I saw the leak of the Taylor Swift Whatty video, but it's like, man, like, I just don't even know. Like, as a Rocky fan, you know, as a Mob fan, as an Og fan, you know, I just want to see more from Rocky himself. You know what I mean? Like, I just seen yesterday on the gram, there was a video of him and Rihanna, like, getting ices in, like, Barbados. And like, that's the first personable thing we've seen of Rocky in a minute. Like, I hang on to that doc he did with Noisy that dropped, like, 2013, 2014. And I watch it often, maybe at least a couple times a year, just because it's like, man, I just felt connected to him as an artist. Like, he doesn't know what he did it for a kid like me back in high school. You know what I mean? Even growing up, like, just the way I hold myself as a man, you know, when it comes to women, the thoughts I had on women. Because, man, he came out in an era when it was like all snapback rap. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I love Chris Brown, I love Tiger, you know, that whole fan of a fan era. But like that snapback and tattoos era, or that like snapbacks back era, is like, it just was getting drowned out, man. And then he drops like Purple Swag and Peso, and then eventually Live Love ASAP mixtape, and it's like he just threw everything for a loop, man. Like, he changed the sound. There was no Travis at that time, you know what I mean? Like, Travis is obviously Houston influence as well. He's from Houston, but there was no Travis, or at least Travis wasn't as big as he is right now. Like, Al Farrow came out like 2012, and Days Before Rodeo, honestly, to me, is when he really set his like, yo, this is setting in stone, like, who he was. Because then we got Mamacita, you know, we got Don't Play with Big Sean, followed by Rodeo. But before then, like 2011, when Rocky first came out, you know, he was Travis was producing for Kanye and stuff, and we eventually heard him on like Sin City on the Cruel Summer album. But nobody was making music like Rocky. Like, nobody had that sound, that southern sound, but it was so gully and underground that it was so New York too. Because the whole time, you know, they're on these like Houston kind of, or these you know, slow down, chopped up beats. Yo, they're yelling out Harlem the whole time. So they repping 2 things at the same time, but honestly, they just was purely underground. So I guess in a nutshell, the whole reason, the whole president of me, like, you know, making this video, because the first 2 were like hour long each. I eventually want to do a rundown of his whole career, like a Trap Lord Ross type video, because I love those when he does, like, I don't really like the whole crime Jones when he's like, oh, this person's a serial killer or whatever like that. But when he breaks down someone's career, that's what I want to do. And not just for Rocky, for other artists I'm a fan of, like Mac Miller. I gotta do one of them. For Drake, you know what I mean? But this was call to action for A$AP Rocky, man. We need you in the culture, not just with fashion, with music, man. Like, I believe you are one of the best contemporary artists, if not the best contemporary artist of our time. But we need something, man, that's truly your sound. Like, Testing was cool, but it felt like a bunch of demos. It felt like I was listening to like the A$AP Rocky version of Life of Pablo. Like, Life of Pablo is a great album. It was a good year, but it felt like a whole album of demos, and that's what Testing felt like. Like, Testing, there's still songs in there I mess with, like, you know, like F Sleep, you know what I mean? Like Guns and Butter, Purity, you know what I mean? I even mess with OG Beeper, stuff like that. But the album overall was a good album, but it's not you. Like, we want something that's essentially you. Like, when Sandman dropped, bro, I remember finding a leak of Sandman, because you were just performing it everywhere at like festivals and stuff. But Sandman is you. Like, that's your sound. And 2020, what that came out like 2021, 2020, but that's your sound now. Just bring your sound to this to this time. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear something different. We don't want the same. Like when I heard what he, it's cool, but that's not you. That's you doing what everybody else is doing. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear stuff like Grim Freestyle is fire. Yeah, using kind of like a new age flow, but bro, we want to hear like Rocky, bro, like Rocky, and that's you know what I mean. Like I don't even know how else to express it. Like Multiply drop, man. Like Multiply, it sounded like nothing else. Lord Pretty Flacko Jody sounded like nothing else. The whole At Long Last ASAP sounds like nothing else till this day. No one can copy that. Like who makes a song with freaking Ron Stewart? You know what I mean? Like that's you, bro. That's your sound. You just bring like this like that rock and roll appeal to hip hop, but you're spitting bars at the same time. And overall, man, I hope this reaches out to, you know, gets to ASAP Rocky. But biggest thing for me, man, is that we need you in the culture. We want you in the culture. We need Don't Be Dumb, but don't stop there, man. We can't deal with another 5-year disappearance, man. Like we need you to stay president in the culture. Keep saying president. Staying president in the culture. Being here. You know, you're giving us the artist. Cool, man. Facilitate that just the same way that like J. Cole does. Like it's crazy to think that J. Cole drops more than you, which is crazy because J. Cole seems like he's more a disappearing act than you, but it seems like J. Cole even drops more than you. Like, come on, man. Like, we just need you here. As a fan, I know I want you here, and I know there's a bunch of fans. Like, my braids is inspired after you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Like I said, this is going to be like a channel I'm going to use to like call out the culture. And not always in negative ways. I don't even feel like this is negative. I feel like this is positive just to give Rocky, like, let him know like how important he is. But yeah, man, I want to use this channel as like a call out to the culture and probably some other things too. I'm still going to do reaction videos. I'm going to link my reaction channel was actually in my bio, so you'll be able to see my old reaction videos. But I'm going to put out new ones. I haven't been able to get that whole thing together. It's something weird with my setup. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be here regularly. I'm gonna try to upload at least daily, if not like 2 or 3 times a day. But I'm gonna make sure the content is not dull. But I want to make sure that I was able to just put something out. I don't want to just be stagnant. So again, my name is KevJ. Follow me on the gram at KevJ as well. I'll kind of get into a background of that name and stuff like that. And overall, man, I just want to build this channel up as like a family, man. Like eventually, when I have enough subscribers and everything, I'll be able to go live. I'm going to be able to go live with y'all. You know what I mean? We can kind of get into discussions, you know what I mean, about what's going on, like the artists we want to see, what we want from these artists. And you know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to demand anything. It's just the fact of like, I just want artists to know, like, you don't have to disappear to try to find yourself in front of us, bro. Like, that's what Future did. Like, Future put out Honest. It wasn't what he wanted, bro. But that's what he wanted to do. He wanted right back to the drawing board. Monster, beast mode, and just started just giving us like feeding the fans, bro. We just want to be fed, bro. And we are going to make sure that, you know, we let y'all know, like, bro, like we appreciate y'all. We're going to show up to shows, all that stuff. Like, I just don't want to hear, I don't want to go to a Rocky concert and still the whole set is just full of Long Live ASAP, At Long Last ASAP, testing all records, and then bunch of unknown records that I don't even know that you probably would never put out, like Mushroom Cloud and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's cool, put it out. But I mean, it's cool, play it at the festival, but actually release it so we can actually know the words and appreciate the song. But again, signing off. I'm gonna be here on here daily. Y'all have a great one. And again, let's build this family, man. Let's build this fan base together. And y'all have a great one.